Have you ever wondered if small hygiene habits might be creating a quiet distance between you and your grandkids? It's not really about how often you bathe or what brand of soap you're using. Many older adults still carry an unfamiliar scent not due to poor hygiene, but because of internal changes that rarely get talked about. And while it may be subtle, this shift can create an emotional gap from those you cherish most. But there's good news: you can change that starting today. In this article, you'll learn about 3 areas of the body you should gently cleanse each day to cut down nearly 90% of age-related odor, and how starting your morning with a warm glass of water can support your body from the inside out. No medications, no expensive creams, just simple, natural habits that actually make a difference. It's never too late to start. Make these changes tonight before that scent becomes how others remember you. But first, a quick check-in: where are you reading from today? What time is it where you are? Or if you'd rather just quietly let me know this message resonates, type HOPE in the comments. If this feels helpful so far, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch more thoughtful tips like this one. Now, stay with me. In the next minute, you'll hear something most people never mention, but once you learn it, it could change how you care for your body. Let's talk about something rarely brought up in conversation, but you may have noticed it in passing. A grandchild hesitating to climb into your lap. A daughter subtly cracking open a window. A neighbor leaning back ever so slightly when they hug you. It's painful, isn't it? And maybe you found yourself wondering, why? I bathe every day. I wear fresh clothes. What else can I do? The truth is, no one prepared us for the way aging quietly transforms our bodies in ways we don't always feel but others sometimes detect. And here's the important part: it's not your fault. There's no embarrassment in it. It's just part of how our bodies change with time. And today, I want to walk through it with you gently and without judgment. I once met Edward, a kind 72-year-old retired conductor from Ohio. He wore a neatly pressed shirt every morning, even if he was only stepping out onto his porch. One afternoon, he overheard his grandson whisper to his daughter, "Grandpa smells kind of weird." Edward didn't say a word, but after that day, he stopped inviting the boy to sit beside him. Moments like that don't show up on a medical chart, but they leave a lasting ache. So what causes that old person's smell? It isn't poor hygiene, it's a combination of subtle internal shifts. First, our bodies start to sweat less. And while that sounds like a blessing, no more sticky summers or damp collar sweat plays an important role in eliminating waste. With less of it, those toxins linger longer on the skin, creating the perfect environment for odor-producing bacteria to thrive. Then there's sebum, the natural oil your skin produces. As we grow older, the makeup of that oil changes. Scientists have identified a compound called 2-nonenal that becomes more prominent in the skin of older adults. It's not something you can see or feel, but it leaves its mark nonetheless. You won't notice it, but it's there. That sour, musty scent that often gets linked with aging has a source, and it's more common than most people realize. One major contributor is the mouth. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less saliva. And while that might sound like a small thing, it actually plays a big role. Saliva helps wash away bacteria. When there's not enough of it, bacteria multiply, and that's where bad breath begins, even if you brush regularly. But here's the encouraging part. This isn't something you're stuck with. There are simple, gentle steps you can start today to help your body feel fresher again. Begin by drinking more warm water throughout the day. It supports your system in flushing out toxins from the inside. Also, take time to cleanse and moisturize your skin with care, especially those often forgotten spots behind your ears, around your neck, under your arms, your scalp, and yes, your feet. These areas tend to hold more odor than we think. Have you ever noticed a slight change in how you smell and dismissed it? Or maybe someone close to you hinted at it in a soft way. If that's happened, just know you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not about being unhygienic. It's a natural part of aging. And the best part is, there are easy ways to respond. In the next section, I'll walk you through the 3 areas to focus on each day that can make a big difference in how you feel and how others feel when they're close to you. These habits don't take long, but their effect can be powerful. Let's start with the first one. It's a habit so simple, many overlook it completely: drinking warm water. Now, you might be thinking, I drink water when I'm thirsty. But the truth is, once you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. And for those of us in our 60s and beyond, the natural sense of thirst just isn't as sharp as it used to be. I once had a conversation with Dorothy, a lovely 73-year-old from Florida. She told me, I barely drink water unless it's really hot outside, and even then, maybe a cup or 2. She assumed that was fine. But she'd been experiencing dry skin, sluggish digestion, and a constant sense of fatigue she couldn't shake. When we looked closer, it was clear her body simply wasn't getting enough hydration. And even more than that, she wasn't hydrating in a way that supported her body's changing needs. As we age, metabolism slows, and organs like the kidneys and liver take longer to filter waste. That waste can build up and slowly exit through your breath, your skin, even your sweat. And if your sweat production has decreased with age, that's even more reason to support your body through hydration. According to Cleveland Clinic, older adults should aim for at least 6 8-ounce glasses of water a day. And warm water, in particular, is easier on the stomach and kidneys. Drinking a glass in the morning before your coffee or breakfast helps your system wake up gently and start clearing out waste that's built up overnight. When Dorothy began sipping a warm glass of water first thing each day, something shifted. She told me, within a week, I felt lighter. My bathroom visits became regular. And even my daughter said, "Mom, your skin looks healthier." And you know what else happened? Dorothy felt proud. She didn't rely on pills or expensive cleanses, just warm water. Something so simple brought her back into balance. If you haven't tried this yet, consider giving it a go tomorrow morning right after you wake up, before your coffee or breakfast. Just 1 cup of warm water, sip slowly. Not too hot, not straight from the tap. Think of it like a gentle rinse for your insides. Then, spread out your water intake throughout the day. Have 1 before lunch, another in the afternoon, 1 before dinner, and 1 before bed. You don't need to be perfect every single day, but aiming for 6 cups daily can go a long way in supporting your kidneys, digestion, breath, and even your skin. And if you love your morning coffee or a cozy cup of tea, as most of us do, just keep in mind that caffeine can dry you out. Try to drink an extra glass of water for every caffeinated beverage. It's a small adjustment that keeps your body in better balance. Do you already have a favorite morning drink? If so, feel free to share in the comments or just type "hope" if you're ready to try this gentle new habit. Sometimes it's the tiniest changes that bring the greatest sense of relief. Before we go on, here's the key idea I hope you'll remember. Your body needs water not just to satisfy thirst, but to help it stay clean and vibrant from the inside out. It's one of the kindest, most nourishing things you can offer yourself every day, and the best part? It doesn't cost a thing. Now let's move to the next habit. We're going to talk about the 3 areas of your body that hold on to the most odor and how simply cleaning those right can leave you feeling fresher all day long. The second habit might surprise you. Most people believe that the hotter the shower, the cleaner they'll be. But for older adults, that well-meaning habit can backfire. In fact, using water that's too hot can actually make body odor worse and damage your skin. Here's why. While a steaming shower may feel great, especially on chilly mornings, it slowly strips away your skin's natural barrier. That protective layer helps keep moisture in and bacteria out. When it gets weakened, the skin dries out, becomes irritated, and more prone to odor-causing bacteria. I once spoke with Harold, a 75-year-old from Oregon. "I love my hot showers," he said. "They ease my back pain." But then he mentioned something that stuck. His skin constantly itched, and his grandkids didn't want to snuggle close anymore. At first, he thought it was just part of getting old. But when we dug a little deeper, the cause was clear. Too much hot water, too often. You see, aging skin gets thinner and doesn't retain moisture the way it once did. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, any water hotter than 104 degrees Fahrenheit can harm the skin's protective barrier. When that happens, your natural oils wash away, leaving skin rough, flaky, and yes, a bit smelly. Dry, cracked skin becomes an open door for bacteria. That's how odor can sneak in even if you're bathing regularly. So what's the fix? Fortunately, it's simpler than you might think. Instead of cranking up the heat, stick with warm water somewhere between 98 and 104 degrees, about the same as your body temperature. You should feel relaxed, not flushed or sweaty when you step out of the shower. Harold gave this a try and found it incredibly helpful. Once a week, he soaked in a warm, not hot bath for about 20 minutes, just enough to soothe, not scorch. Then, while his skin was still soft and his pores open, he gently dried off and applied a plain, fragrance-free moisturizer. Within 2 weeks, not only did his skin feel better, his grandkids started hugging him again, without pulling away. And the good news? You don't need luxury lotions or spa products. A mild, unscented body wash and a soft cloth or sponge are all you need to wash gently around areas that tend to hold odor, like the neck, underarms, and behind the ears. These are small zones we often miss, but they make a big difference. If you live somewhere chilly or just don't like stepping into a cold bathroom, try warming the room a little before your shower. That way, you won't feel the need to overheat the water just to stay comfortable. Have you ever stepped out of the bath only to notice your skin feels tight or itchy? That's your body telling you it needs a gentler approach. If that sounds familiar, feel free to leave a comment or just type "hope" to let me know you're with me on this. So here's the takeaway. Bathing matters, but how you do it matters just as much. Choosing warm water, gentle soap, and moisturizing afterward can protect your skin, reduce odor, and leave you feeling renewed. The best part? No prescriptions or pricey routines, just kindness to your skin, plain and simple. Now, let's turn to something many folks never consider when it comes to staying fresh: movement. Believe it or not, the third habit is one of the most powerful ways to improve how your body feels and smells. It's not about hitting the gym or breaking a sweat. It's about waking up your system with gentle activity. Even a few minutes in the morning can support your body's natural processes. I once met Fred, a 78-year-old retired trucker from Indiana. He told me, "Doc, I get winded just putting on my socks." Exercise seemed out of reach. But then he said something that struck a nerve. "My grandkids don't hang out in my room anymore. They say it smells stale." Fred figured it was just part of getting older. But the real reason? A lack of movement. When we stay still too long, our circulation slows, our skin gets less oxygen, and toxins stick around instead of being released. Just a bit of movement, standing stretches, a short stroll, or even arm circle scan help the body reawaken, refresh, and detox naturally. When we stop moving, everything inside us slows down, digestion becomes sluggish, circulation gets weaker, and toxins that should be flushed out end up lingering in the body. According to the Mayo Clinic, even gentle activity can strengthen your immune system, support heart health, and yes, even reduce the natural body odors that often come with age. And here's the good news: you don't need a gym membership, fancy shoes, or a fitness app. All you need are your legs, a little sunlight, and a few quiet minutes each morning. Let's go back to Fred. He finally agreed to try something simple. I asked him to walk for just 10 minutes after breakfast. Nothing complicated, just out to the mailbox, a quick stroll around his garden, down the block, and back. He grumbled about it at first, but he gave it a try. Within 2 weeks, things started to shift. His sleep improved. The swelling in his feet went down. And the best part? His granddaughter hugged him one morning and said, "Grandpa, you don't smell like old socks anymore." Fred laughed with the kind of joy that feels young again. So if you're reading this and thinking, "That's great for Fred, but my body just isn't the same anymore," that's perfectly okay. The idea isn't to do a load, it's to do a little, consistently. If walking feels like too much, try standing and stretching by a window, lifting your heels slowly, or gently moving your arms in a circle. Every bit of movement helps. And if the morning sun feels good on your skin, step outside before 10 a.m. That soft light helps your body produce vitamin D, which supports both your bones and your mood. Again, it's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it regularly. If you already have a little morning movement built into your day, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a quick comment or just type "hope" to let me know you're taking that first small step. The message I want to leave you with is simple. Movement is a kind of medicine. It doesn't have to be strenuous or time-consuming. Just a few minutes each day can help your body function better, brighten your skin, and lift your spirit. Now, let's move on to something rarely discussed but incredibly powerful. We're going to talk about 3 areas on your body that tend to trap odor more than others. They're places many people forget to clean thoroughly, but once you know about them, you'll never skip them again. Because often, it's not the big routines that make the most impact, it's the tiny things we overlook. I remember Ruth, a thoughtful 69-year-old from Pennsylvania. She once said to me, "I shower every day. I wear fresh clothes, but whenever I visit, my daughter still cracks open the windows." Her voice dropped, and she looked away. You could tell it hurt. It wasn't a matter of cleanliness. It was simply not knowing which small habits make a real difference. Our bodies go through quiet changes with age. Saliva production slows, which can cause bad breath. Circulation to our feet decreases, making odor more likely. And close, even ones that seem clean, can retain subtle smells if we don't care for them properly. Let's begin with the mouth. As we grow older, it's natural for saliva levels to drop. That's why so many older adults deal with dry mouth even if they brush and floss daily. But saliva isn't just for comfort. It plays an important role in sweeping away the bacteria that cause odor. One simple fix? A tongue scraper. I always suggest adding this step to your morning routine. It takes just 10 seconds, but the effect can be remarkable. According to Harvard Health, most odor-causing bacteria in the mouth live not on your teeth but on your tongue. A gentle scrape each morning can remove that buildup and help you feel noticeably fresher. Harvard Health notes that most odor-causing bacteria in the mouth don't live on your teeth, they live on your tongue. That's why a gentle daily scrape makes such a difference. Ruth gave it a try. She admitted it felt a bit odd at first, but after a couple of weeks she told me, "I feel fresher just from talking." Her grandkids stopped pulling away. No more windows being cracked open. Let's shift to something else that often gets overlooked: clothing and fabrics. Many people assume that if clothes look clean, they are clean. But the truth is, garments like shirts, undergarments, Sock 7 towels and pillowcases absorb sweat and skin oils with every use. Over time, those invisible residues start to carry an odor. And if you wear items more than once without washing, or reuse linens too frequently, that scent settles into the fabric and lingers no matter how clean your skin may be. The fix is simple: wash worn clothing after each use, especially during warmer months, and whenever possible, dry them in sunlight. Cleveland Clinic reports that sunlight is nature's own odor eliminator. It kills the bacteria that cause lingering smells in fabric. Here's another tip from Ruth that she now swears by. She keeps a small bowl of baking soda in her closet and bathroom. It gently pulls moisture and odors out of the air. It's inexpensive, effortless, and surprisingly effective. Have you ever pulled out folded clothes and noticed they still smelled musty? That's usually a sign they need more fresh air or a thorough wash. If that's happened to you, feel free to share below. Or if you're ready to try one of these easy changes, just type HOPE in the comments. Before we move on, I want to leave you with this thought. Feeling fresh doesn't require shelves full of sprays or expensive solutions. All it takes are a few thoughtful, caring habits that tend to the small details. Because it's those quiet changes, the ones no one talks about that often, have the biggest impact on how you feel in your own skin and how close others feel around you. Next, I'll show you 3 of the most overlooked areas of the body where odor likes to hide and how a gentle touch in those spots can make a world of difference. But before we go there, there's something important I need to say. Most people never hear this. Body odor isn't always about soap or bathing. Sometimes it's your body's way of speaking up, asking for attention from the inside. That might sound unusual, but I've seen it again and again over the years. A faint shift in smell, a sour edge to your breath, or even just a heaviness in your body that's hard to describe. These signs aren't always about being unclean, they're clues. Quiet signals from your body that something inside might need a little more support. Take Betty, for example, a soft-spoken 71-year-old from North Carolina. She once told me, "I shower daily, I wear fresh clothes, but I still feel stale." Her words were quiet, almost apologetic. But behind her eyes, I saw what she really wanted: compassion, not correction. So we took a closer look at her habits. Turned out Betty had been constipated for weeks. She wasn't drinking enough water, and most of her meals were made up of toast, coffee, and cheese. Her doctor hadn't raised any red flags yet, but Betty's body had already started whispering the truth. As we grow older, the body's natural systems like the liver, kidneys, and digestion begin to slow down. They don't clear out waste as quickly as they used to, and when that buildup lingers inside, it can quietly make its way out through your skin, your breath, even your sweat. Harvard Health has highlighted how things like diet, hydration, and vitamin levels all play a role in how our bodies smell as we age. This isn't about being unclean. It's about giving your body what it needs to do what it's designed to do. Support it gently, and it responds. When Betty began drinking more warm water, adding leafy greens to her plate, and going for short daily walks, she noticed more than just a shift in scent. Her energy lifted. Her sleep became more restful. And one morning, with tears in her eyes, she said, "My granddaughter curled up beside me again just like when she was little." That's the quiet power of tuning in. Not to noise from outside, but to the small signals your body sends. Gentle reminders that something inside might need a little more care, a little more kindness. So if lately you've felt something's a bit off, maybe your mouth is dry, your body feels heavy, or a certain smell seems to linger, please don't brush it aside. It might not be anything serious, but it could be your body whispering for attention, nudging you to care a bit more deeply for yourself. Have you felt that way before? If so, I invite you to share your story in the comments or simply type HOPE if today's message reached you. Here's what we've learned today. Small changes like sipping warm water, adding a few minutes of movement in the morning, or gently listening to what your body's asking for can bring back comfort, closeness, and confidence. These tiny shifts can renew your sense of well-being in ways that truly matter. If something here touched your heart or offered a new way of thinking, I'd love to hear about it. Share in the comments, or again, just type HOPE to let me know you're with me on this journey. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Tap the bell so you'll never miss a gentle tip. Or share this with someone you care about, because sometimes we all need a little encouragement. You are not walking this path alone. There is still so much life in your body, and every day is another chance to feel more at home in it. Take care of yourself. I'm sending you warmth, quiet strength, and a soft breeze of hope right through your window today. Until next time.